Good morning, students. Welcome back to English class. Students, today we are going to see a new chapter in grammar, that is interjections. So, all of you be ready with your grammar book. Students, today's concept is interjection. Before going to see this concept, let us see a short brief on parts of speech. Already we discussed, how many parts of speech are there? 8 parts of speech are there. They are noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So, what is today's concept? Today's concept is interjection. What do you mean by interjection? Words that express some sudden strong emotion. What do you mean by interjection? It is a short word. Interjection is a short word that shows a sudden feeling or emotion of a person. It shows sudden feeling or emotion of a person. For example, students, if you see a beautiful flower, what do you feel? How do you express your emotion? Definitely, we feel like, wow, what a beautiful flower. So the word wow, it is an interjection. It shows sudden emotion of happiness or a surprise. When we see a beautiful flower, we express our feeling. Okay, students, look at the given examples. The first example is, I have got a toothache. Here, the interjection is ah. It expresses an emotion of pain and it is followed by an exclamation mark. The word interjection word is followed by an exclamation mark. Let us move to the second one. Hoorah! Tomorrow is a holiday. So it is also an emotion. It expresses a emotion of happiness. Hoorah! Tomorrow is a holiday, and it is also, the interjection is also followed by an exclamation mark. Students, once again I am repeating, interjection is a short word that shows a sudden feeling or emotion, and interjection is usually followed by an exclamation mark. Okay, students, let us see some interjections. They are alas, ouch, oh, yuck, hello, yippee, wow, whoosh, bravo, yummy. And students, some interjections are made up of more than one word. For example, oh no, well done, oh my god. Students, these are interjections. Okay, students, let us see some interjections in detail. Okay, look at the first one, alas. So it is an interjection. It is used to express sadness, unhappiness, pity, or sorrow. Let us see the example, alas, we lost the match. So it is used to express sadness, unhappiness, pity, or sorrow. And one more thing, after interjection, after writing the interjection, we put an exclamation mark. Let's move to the second word, ouch. It is used to express pain. It is used to express pain. For example, ouch, it hurts a lot. Let's move to the third one, oh. Students, this interjection is used for two purposes, one for surprise and another one for pain. Look at the example, oh, I have got a toothache. So it expresses pain. Let's move to the second example of this interjection. Oh, you're here. So this it expresses an emotion of surprise. Let's move to the fourth one, yuck. Yuck. It is an interjection and it is used to express disgust. Disgust means distaste or dislike. For example, yuck. It was horrible to look at. Let us move to the last one, that is hello. It is also an interjection and it is used to greet someone. Hello, how are you? Students, one more thing. No, just keep it in your mind that after writing an interjection word, put an exclamation mark. Okay, students, let us see some more interjections. Look at the first one. Yippee. It means excitement. It is used to express excitement or happiness. For example, yippee, that's exciting. It is used to express excitement or happiness. Let's move to the next one. Wow. Wow. It is used to express wonder or amazement. It is used to express wonder, amazement, or if you see some beautiful things, we can use wow. Let us see the example. Wow, what a brilliant idea. Let's move to the next one. Shh. It means silence. It is used to tell someone to be quiet. Mostly, it is used in classrooms. Let us see the example. Shh, please do not talk. So, it is used to tell someone to be quiet. Let's move to the next one. Bravo. Bravo. It means praise. It is used to express approval. When a person has done something well, we can use this interjection bravo. It means to praise someone, we can use bravo. Bravo, you did a great job. It means when a person has done something well or good, we can use bravo. Let's move to the next one. Yummy. Yummy. It means taste. It refers to something, especially food, which is extremely good and delicious. We can use interjection yummy. Yummy. What a delicious ice cream. Especially, it is used. It is used in food. It refers to food items which are extremely delicious. Okay, students, look at the first interjection, that is, oh no. It is an interjection used to express concern or error. It's showing an emotion such as a concern. Concern means relate to or error. Look at the example, oh no, she is late again. Let's move to the next one. Well done. Well done. It is used to praise someone. It is equivalent to bravo. So bravo also, we know that bravo is also an interjection and it is used to praise someone. So well done is also used to praise someone. Well done, you win the race. Let's move to the last one. Oh my God. Oh my God. It is used to express a shock or excitement. It is an emotion of a shock or excitement. Oh my God, are you all right? God. Oh my God, are you all right? Students, already I said that some interjections are made up of more than one word. Students, now we are going to see another new chapter in grammar, that is punctuation. Students, now we are going to see about punctuation. What do you mean by punctuation? Punctuation marks are used to indicate pauses in sentences. What do you mean by punctuation? Punctuation marks are used to indicate pauses in sentences. They make the sentences easy to read and easy to understand in a proper way. Students, every day in our life, we are using punctuation marks while writing a sentence. Punctuation or symbols. Punctuation or symbols or marks to show how a sentence is framed. They are complete statements. It means they are complete sentences. Punctuation shows how the sentence should be read and makes the meaning clear. Without punctuation, we cannot read the sentence properly and we cannot read that sentence in a proper way. Punctuation marks are very important to understand a sentence. Students, let us see some punctuation marks. Some commonly used punctuation marks are the full stop, the comma, the question mark, the semicolon, the colon, the apostrophe, and the inverted commas. Now we are going to see about full stop. Students, we know very well that full stop is the most commonly used punctuation mark in English. It is mostly used at the end of declarative sentence and imperative sentence. Okay, students, look at the given examples. The first example is, it is very warm inside the room. Open the door. Students, end of the statement, we put a full stop. Let's move to the next example. Our team could not win the match, although we tried very hard. Students, it started with the capital letter and ended with a full stop. And it is a sentence, it is a complete sentence. And let's move to the next point. After an abbreviation, full stop is used. For example, A.S. Fernandez, M.A., PhD. MA is an abbreviation and PhD is also an abbreviation. Abbreviation means it's a degree, short form of degree. Students, abbreviation means short form of a word or phrase. So after an abbreviation, we put a full stop. Students, we have exception while using full stop in abbreviation. Let us see what are they. Just now only we have seen that after an abbreviation we have to put a full stop. But in some cases, that means in some abbreviations, if an abbreviation contains the last letter of that word, a full stop is not needed. For example, look at the titles Mr., Mrs., Saint, Doctor. So for these titles, we can write these titles without a full stop. Let's move to the next point. Students, some well recognized abbreviations are there. Well recognized or well reputed abbreviations. So for that well recognized abbreviations, we don't want to put a full stop. For example, VIP, CIA, MLA, UN, IAS, AIR. For these recognized abbreviation, we cannot put a full stop. Students, now we are going to see about comma. The comma indicates the shortest pass in a sentence. What do you mean by comma? Comma is used to indicate the shortest pass in a sentence. Okay, students, let us see the first usage. To separate words in a list. Comma is used to separate words or items in a list or a sentence. For example, I bought cabbages, cauliflowers, carrots and beans. Here in this example, list of vegetables are there. So we separated the words, we separated the vegetables by using comma. Let us move to the second point, to separate the date and the year. To separate the date and the year. That means if you are writing a full date, add a comma after the day and before the year. Students, when you write the date in letter or anywhere, use comma. For example, my birthday is on June 29, 2004. So look here, June 29 is the day. After the day, we put a comma and then year. So before year, after the day, you have to put comma. Let us move to the next point, to separate two or more academic degrees. To separate, comma is used to separate two or more academic degrees. Students, for example, if a person has two or more degrees, we can separate the degrees by using comma. For example, BN Tiwari, BA LLB. So 2 degrees are there. We used comma to separate the degrees. BA, after BA we put comma and then we wrote the second degree. Let us move to the fourth point, to separate question tags. Comma is used to separate question tags. For example, they are not coming today. Are they? Students, are they is the question tag. Before question tag, we put a comma. Let's move to the fifth point, before a direct quotation. So, comma is used before a direct quotation. Look here, students. Inside the inverted commas, we know that actual words of a speaker. It means before quotation, after the reporting verb, we put a comma. After the verb, put a comma and then quotation will follow. Okay students, let us see the next point, that is to separate the words yes or no. Comma is used to separate the words yes or no. Students, when you write the sentence, if the sentence starts with the words like yes or no, you have to put a comma. After writing the words like yes or no, put a comma and then start the remaining sentence. It means it is used to separate the words yes or no from the rest of the sentence. For example, would you like to have some tea? It is a question, okay? The answer is no, thanks. So after writing the word no, put a comma and then write the word thanks. It means remaining sentence. Let us move to the next point. After salutations and complimentary endings. Students, when you write a letter, you add a comma after the salutations. For example, dear son, dear father, like that. Okay, after write when you write a letter or when you using email, you can add a comma after the salutations. And let us move to the next one. You need to include a comma after the closing. It means after the endings, which is the word we put before our signature. For example, yours sincerely, yours faithfully. Let us move to the next one. Addressing a person. Comma is used to address a person. It means after writing the person name, when we address someone, after writing the person's name, we have to put a comma. For example, Shelly, how are you today? So here we address the person Shelly. After Shelly, we put a comma. Let us move to the next point. Before and after a phrase which refers to the nouns. Students, what do you mean by phrase? It means short group of words. Okay, comma is used to before and after a phrase which refers to the noun. For example, Usain Bolt, the athlete, is the fastest man on earth. So it is used before and after a phrase. Let us move to the 10th one. After expressions like well, in fact, and however. So students, comma is used after the expressions like well, in fact, and however. For example, well, can you believe that? Students, now we are going to see about the semicolon. The semicolon indicates a longer pass than a comma. Students, we know that comma is used to indicate shortest pass. When we compare semicolon with comma, semicolon is used to indicate a longer pass. Okay students, and one more thing. Have you seen the symbol of semicolon? How does it look? It looks like a comma with a full stop above it. And semicolon is used to separate clauses of equal importance. Semicolons are used to separate two independent clauses. What do you mean by independent clause? Independent clause is a group of words that can stand on its own. So it is called independent clause. So semicolons are used to separate two independent clauses. That means it is used between two clauses which are closely related. Let us see the given examples. Look at the first one. The rich are often stingy. The poor are generous. So students, these two main clauses are separated by semicolon, and these two main clauses are closely related and given equal importance also. Let us move to the next example. To err is human, to forgive is divine. So these two main clauses are separated by semicolon, and they are closely related and given equal importance. And one more thing students, keep it in your mind that you do not capitalize the first word of the second clause. Let's move to the next point. Semicolon is used to separate pairs of words separated by comma. Okay students, look at the given example. Three pairs of words are there. Sent, sent, first pair. fair, fair, fair. Second pair, sun, sun. This is the third pair. So totally three pairs of words are there. First of all, these words are separated by comma. After that, that pairs of words are separated by semicolon. Let's move to the third point. Semicolon is used to separate parts of a sentence. Not only it separates pairs of words, but also it is used to separate parts of a sentence already separated by a comma. Look at the given example. We had a nice trip. We went to Greece, Spain, and Italy. Students, now we are going to see about the colon. The colon indicates a longer pause than a semicolon. Students, we know that semicolon indicates a longer pause. When we compare colon with semicolon, colon is used to indicate longer pause. Students, have you seen the symbol of colon? How does it look? It looks as two dots on the top of each other. It is used to introduce quotations or list. What do you mean by quotations? A quotation is a group of words that we have taken from any speech or text that someone has already said or written. It is known as quotation. For examples, look at the first example. Shakespeare wrote, "A rose by any other name would smell as sweet." So it is an example of colon to introduce quotation. Actually, it is a line it is a sentence we have taken from the text that Shakespeare has written already. Let's move to the next example. Gandhi said, "An eye for an eye would make the world blind." So students, in the first example, we put colon before a quotation. In the second example, we put colon before direct speech. Let's move to the second point. Colon is used before a list coming after an independent clause. So colon is used before a list. List means some list means a group of items. Before a list coming after an independent clause. Look at the given example. Mahatma Gandhi had 3 chief weapons. It is an independent clause. After independent clause, we have to put a colon and then the list will be follows. Satyagraha, non-violence and non-cooperation. So, this is the list. So, before a list, we put a colon. North India has 3 major rivers. The Ganga, the Brahmaputra and the Indus. In the second example also, after an independent clause, we put a colon and then the list. Before a list also, before the list and after an independent clause, we put a colon. Students, now we are going to see about the apostrophe. Okay students, have you seen the symbol of apostrophe? How does it look? Yes, it looks like comma. Comma and the apostrophe looks like same, but they differ in their position. That means the apostrophe is placed on top. So this is the difference between comma and the apostrophe. Apostrophe is placed on the top, but the comma is placed on the bottom. Students, the apostrophe is used to show possession. It means it is used to form possessive. For example, Sumita's dollhouse. So the dollhouse belongs to Sumita. Students, one more thing. For singular nouns, we have to add apostrophe S for singular nouns. For example, Sumita's dollhouse. Sumita is a singular noun. So after singular noun, we have to put apostrophe S. For plural nouns that ends in letter S, we have to add apostrophe. That's all. If a plural noun which ends in S, we have to put apostrophe. For example, girls' shoes. Here, girls, it is a plural noun. After the word girls, we have to put apostrophe. But in some plural nouns that do not end in S, for some plural nouns, that do not end in S, we have to add apostrophe S. For example, children, children's toys. Here, children is a plural noun. So, it do not end in S. So, what we have to do now? After, if a plural noun which do not end in S, we have to put apostrophe S. Let's move to the next point. Apostrophe is used to form contractions. What do you mean by contraction? Contraction means it is a short form of a word. What do you mean by contraction? It is a short form of a word. For example, look here. Not is a word. We can write this word as N apostrophe T. So instead of that letter O, we can use apostrophe. Let us see some more examples. Look here, A-R-E-R. We can write this word as apostrophe R-E. So it is a short form. It is a short form of the word R. Let's move to the next word, W-I-L-L, will. So with the help of apostrophe, we can write this word as apostrophe L-L. Let's move to the next word, I am. So we can use apostrophe by using this word as I apostrophe am. So apostrophe is used to show possession and to form contractions also. Students, now we are going to see about the inverted commas. Inverted commas or quotation marks are used to mark the beginning and end of the actual words of a speaker. Students, inverted commas are also otherwise known as quotation marks. Inverted commas are used in writing to show where a quotation begins and ends. That means it is used to mark the beginning and ending of direct speech. It is also known as quotation marks. Okay students, let us see the examples. Look at the first one. Karan said, "Mummy, did you call me?" So it is a direct speech. It is an actual words of a speaker. So we have to use quotation marks to mark the beginning and end of that speaker. Let us move to the second example. Amir said, "Let us go to the art exhibition." So students, inverted commas are used to mark the beginning and end of the speaker, words of a speaker. And one more thing, inverted commas can be single inverted comma or double inverted comma. We can use either single or double. Students, now we are going to see about capital letters. Capital letters are used at the beginning of a sentence. Students, when we start writing a sentence, the first letter should be in capital letter. Whatever it may be, the first letter should be in capital. For example, we should do our best to keep the environment clean. In the given example, in the first example, the first word is we. So we have written the first letter in capital letter. Let us move to the second example. No man is an island. So in the second example also, the first word is no, and we have written the first letter in capital. Let us move to the second point, to write proper nouns. Capital letters are used to write proper nouns. What do you mean by proper nouns? Proper nouns are the names given to a particular person, animal, thing. Okay, for example, Karnataka. It is a place name. It is a particular state name. So we have to write the first letter should be in capital. Let us move to the next one, Mount Everest. It is a particular mountain name. So the first letter should be in capital. And the next example is Arjun. It is a name of a boy, particular name of a boy. So proper nouns, whenever we use proper nouns, the first letter should be in capital. If we write proper nouns in the middle of a sentence or end of the sentence, the first letter should be in capital. Let's move to the third point, to write the pronoun I. Students, capital letters are used to write the pronoun I. Pronoun I is always written in capital. not in the beginning. If we write the pronoun I in the middle or anywhere in the sentence, that letter I should be in capital. Students, look at the given examples. Suresh, Tanvi, and I are going to attend the school concert. Let us move to the next one. This is the book I have been reading of late. Students, in the given two examples, we have written the letter I in capital. Capital letters are used at the beginning of a sentence in direct speech. Students, when we write a sentence in direct speech, the first letter should be in capital. For example, our teacher said the history test will be on chapters 4 and 5. Students, inside the inverted commas, the first letter should be in capital. Let's move to the next example. Pankaj said, my pet cat is unwell. So, inside the quotation marks, the first letter should be in capital. Capital letters are used for names of important historic events. When we write any historic events, the name should be in capital. For example, Napoleon lost the Battle of Waterloo. Let's see the second example. Babur won the first Battle of Panipat. In these two examples, we have written the names of historic events. So when we write names of historic events, the first letter should be in capital. Let's move to the next point. Capital letters are used for the first letters of each word in the name of an article or book. Students, when we write the name of an article, magazine, or book, when we write the names, the first letter of all the words in capital. For example, Treasure Island, The Lost World. These are the names of an article or book. So the first letters of all the words of not all the first letter of the words should be in capital. Let's move to the last point. Capital letters are used to write adjectives formed from proper nouns. When we write adjectives, actually it formed from proper nouns. The first letter should be in capital. For example, Indians. So it is an adjective formed from a proper noun. The first letter should be in capital. Europeans. It is also an adjective formed from a proper noun. So the first letter should be in capital. French. It is also an adjective. It formed from a proper noun. So the first letter should be in capital. When we write adjectives, actually it formed from proper noun. The first letter of that adjective should be in capital letter. Students, let us see about question mark. Question mark is used at the end of interrogative sentences. What do you mean by interrogative sentences? Interrogative sentences are used to ask question. If you want to ask a question to someone, you can use interrogative sentence. While writing an interrogative sentence, at the end of the statement, put a question mark. Okay, students, let us see the examples. Are you coming to the party tomorrow? Are you coming to the party tomorrow? End of the statement, put a question mark because it is yes or no question. This interrogative sentence started with the verb. So it is yes or no question. Let us move to the next one. Where are you going? It started with interrogative word. Interrogative words are what, where, when. So these are interrogative words. So it started with interrogative word. Students, question mark is used at the end of interrogative sentences. Now we are going to see about exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is used at the end of an exclamatory sentences. Exclamation mark is used at the end of an exclamatory sentences. Then what about exclamatory sentence? Exclamatory sentence is used to express a sudden emotion or feeling. It is used to express strong or sudden emotion or feeling. For example, look at the first one. How tall the building is. If you look at tall building, how do you feel on that time? We can express our emotion. Yes or no? We can express our emotion as how tall the building is. Let us move to the second point. What a beautiful flower it is. If you look at beautiful flower, we can feel very happy. We can express our emotion as what a beautiful flower it is. Okay students, now we came to an end, that means recap corner. Today we have seen two chapters in grammar. One is interjections and another one is punctuation. Let us see about interjections first. What do you mean by interjection? Interjection is a short word that is used to express some sudden strong emotion. For example, alas, yummy, oh no, these are the interjections that we can express our emotions suddenly. Let us move to the next one, that is punctuation. Punctuation are the symbols that shows how the sentence should be read and makes the meaning very clear. And these symbols are very important to understand a sentence in correct way. Without these symbols, we couldn't read and write very clearly, and we couldn't understand the sentence also. Let us see some commonly used punctuation marks. They are the full stop, the comma, the question mark, the semicolon, the colon, the apostrophe, the inverted commas. Let us see these symbols in detail. Let us see the first one, that is the full stop. The full stop is used to indicate the longest pass in a sentence. That means it is used at the end of assertive and imperative sentences, and it is used after an abbreviation. Let's move to the next one, that is the comma. The comma is used to indicate the shortest pass in a sentence. It is used to separate words in a list. Not only words but also comma is used to separate adjectives. It is used to separate the date and the year. It is used to separate two or more academic degrees. It is used to separate question tags. It is used to separate the words yes or no. It is used before a direct quotation. It is used after salutations and complimentary endings. And it is used to address a person. Comma is used before and after a phrase which refers to the nouns. Comma is used after expressions like well, in fact, and however. Let's move to the next one, that is the question mark. Students, we know very well that question mark is used at the end of an interrogative sentences. Let us move to the next one, the semicolon. The semicolon is used to indicate a longer pause when compared with comma. And the semicolon is used to separate two main clauses which have equal importance. And semicolon is used to separate pairs of words which are separated by commas. Let's move to the next one, the colon. The colon is used to indicate a longer pause than a semicolon. When compared with the semicolon, colon is used to indicate a longer pause. It is used to introduce quotations. Colon is used to introduce quotations, and it is used before a list coming after an independent clause. Let's move to the next one, that is the apostrophe. The apostrophe is used to show possession. In possession, for singular nouns we have to add apostrophe. Yes, for singular nouns. For plural nouns which end in letter S, we have to add apostrophe. If a plural noun which do not ends in the letter S, we have to add apostrophe S. If a plural noun ends with the letter S, we add apostrophe. If a plural noun which do not ends with the letter S, we add apostrophe S. And the apostrophe is also used to form contractions. Instead of that missing letter, we should use apostrophe. Let's move to the last one, the inverted commas. We can say inverted commas or punctuation marks, no, inverted commas or quotation marks. That inverted commas are used in writing to show where a quotation begins and ends. That means to mark the beginning and end of direct speech. Students, today we have seen two chapters in grammar. One is interjections and another one is punctuation. Students, all the exercises of these two chapters are really easy. You should do it yourself. Then only you can easily understood these concepts. We will meet on next class with another topic. Thank you.